Hello, and welcome back. So in this tutorial, I would like to play around with the content of the actual pages. All right, so we discussed about the header, how to modify it. We discussed about the slider, how to modify it and how to recreate it using Elementor if you only have like one slide and you want to use a static section instead of something that is animated. So what else? Well, using the same approach, we can use Elementor to modify everything you want. For instance, we can delete this content or add our own content, modify this with our own content. So let's try to do that. I'm going to click on Edit with Elementor and just wait for the actual editor to load. And obviously I can change this. I'm not going to touch this for the moment. Let's scroll down here. So if I want to change something here, let's say I want to use different content, I can simply type and add, my own content, whatever I like. Now, if I just want to use like 3 columns, I can simply delete the column, or maybe 2 columns. Let's say I only have like these 2. I want to use only these 2 columns, and for this one, let's see, something like this. So I'm just clicking and I'm hitting the delete key on my keyboard, or I can right click and choose delete. So this is how easy it is to change or delete the actual element, the column element. Obviously, I can play around with the settings of this element. Maybe I want it to have the icon on the left. So using this positioning control, I can choose to have the image on the left, and then we can go for content and also left align it. Now, instead of going through each element and doing these changes, I can do something else because all these 4 elements are exactly the same. I can right click this, click on copy, right click on the destination element and click on paste style. And you can see now it's using the same style. Let's do the same for this one and the same for this one. And just like that, we actually change the content, the layout of the content with just a few clicks. I mean, I just created a new layout for one element and then I applied the same layout for all the elements. Cool. What else? Well, obviously we can create very, very advanced layouts with sections and containers, how they are called currently. So we can actually have container inside the container inside the container, so we can have multiple and very robust and complex layouts. Obviously for mobile you have different options which you can play around with. That's something you would have to experience on your own. So let's try to update this page. I'm not going to go very deep into content creation because that's something each user might have to explore on its own. All right, so you can see the changes are appearing here. Now I want to do something else. I want to go here under pages about us. And I would like to maybe do some changes here. So let's try to do this. Edit with Elementor for this page. And I want to create the following situation. Let's say that maybe I'm playing around this page. And for example, I delete this. I also delete this section. And maybe this one, this one. Let's try to delete as many as we want. Cool. So we have this. Now this section, if we go to advanced, it has the sticky position enabled. So if I disable this, the actual section will not be sticky anymore. Let's update the page. So now if I view the page, we can see that the content has changed. Now, maybe I'm now in a situation where I realize that, okay, this was a mistake. Probably I shouldn't have done that. How can I get this exact page back? I mean, if I want to revert the changes, I have to edit the page with Elementor. And if I'm lucky, I may have some history here under revisions, and obviously I can undo these changes. Cool. So I can just, if it's not going to, if you're not logging out or if you have revisions still active on your side, obviously all the changes that were performed can be reverted. All right. But let's try to, where is it? 11 and 12. Let's say that we don't have revisions anymore. We cannot access this. So we have this layout. Let's try to delete some more sections. And I'm going to show you exactly how we can get our page back. So let's try to delete all the sections, all right? So let's say this is our About Us page, and now we realize that, well, maybe it wasn't such a good idea to delete everything, and let's presume that revisions are not enabled, so we cannot restore anything. Okay, so let's click here on this template button, go to Creativo Templates, and now I can go here and choose Business. And just like that, I have the About Us page, which I can simply insert by clicking the Insert button. And just like that, we have the layout, the original layout, back without us having to recreate anything on our own. So this is pretty cool and very, very powerful. Now, another thing I want to show you is, let's say I want to create a new page. I want to create maybe about the theme page, which should be similar to the layout that I'm using on the About Us for whatever reasons. So let's say I want to use this heading and maybe this one here. What I could do here, instead of adding the entire page template, I could just set this heading image with the content, with the title About Us. I can simply set this as a template. So I can name this About Us, I don't know, let's go with hero image. I can save this, close it, and let's do the same for this section here. I can right-click the section. I can right-click the section here, go to Save as Template, and call this sticky section. Hit save. You can see under My Templates we have all the templates that we saved now and in the past. Let's click Update. And now let's go to our dashboard. And under Pages, let's click on Add New. I want to create the new page. So let's call this About Our Theme. Now, before doing anything, before publishing the page, there's one more thing I want to do. Under Template, instead of using this default template, I want to switch to the Elementor Full Width. And this is very important because if we don't switch to Elementor Full Width, we are going to have the default page layout that comes with the theme. So for this example, let's go and just leave default as the selected template. Now, if we go and view the page, you see what I mean? We have just the content, the blank content space here, and then we have the sidebar on the right. Obviously, I cannot edit this page with Elementor at the moment. I have to go back to edit the page, and now I can hit Edit with Elementor. Wait for the actual editor to load, and instead of going back to the WordPress editor and choose the Elementor Full Width template, I can go here on the settings, and for page layout, I can just choose Elementor Full Width. It's actually the same thing as, if you were just editing with WordPress and choose the different template. All right. So cool. Now I have the exact layout that I want for my pages. What else can I do? Well, now I can click on templates, go to my templates, and remember that we saved the hero image here in the previous step. I can just click on insert. I can choose don't apply. It's not needed. And then we have the exact same section that we have on our About Us page. All right, so instead of just using About Us, we can go here and say About our team. And I also want to add this sticky section, again, just below the leading image. So maybe you would like to change this. Instead of who we are, we can choose something else, right? So let's update the page. Go here, click on View Page. And just like that, we have an About Our Team page, which is entirely new, but it's using the same header as the About Us page. Cool. That looks pretty cool. Let's talk a bit about this. How we can create this section and how do we link these buttons, these items to different sections on this page. All right, let's go back here. Let's edit the page with Elementor so we can discuss about this. I'm trying to cover up as many situations with the content editor using Elementor. So now if we scroll down, we can see we have this section as sticky. Let's click on this and go to the Advanced tab, and we have this option here. Now we have a 70% value here, which means that this is the actual offset, right, between the actual header, which is a sticky header, and our section. So normally we should play around with this. 70 is probably the height of the header, and this is the exact value we have to set here. All right, so we don't have like any gaps between the header and this section. Obviously, if we leave this under 0, the sticky section is still there, but we cannot see it anymore. It's behind the header. So remember that if you have like a sticky header, you should also make sure you set a proper value for this sticky section. I mean, only if you're using sticky sections. Cool. So let's discuss about how do we set where these items link to exactly. So let's go here and click on this element, this entire element, and let's expand the who we are. We have the text, who we are. We can maybe add a question mark, something like that. Now under link, you see that we don't have anything else other than the actual word who, followed by this special character on your keyboard. And this is very important. If we remove this, this will probably not work anymore. You see, nothing happens. Now, if we enter this character back, we are already on the who we are section. So let's see, we have this section here. Obviously, when we click here, we can see that we are sent to this, the world's most powerful WordPress theme, which is probably who we are section. So let's click on this section here and let's go to advanced, and under the CSS ID you can see that we have the exact word that we had for our item here. Who we are is linked to the actual section that has a CSS ID called who. So if we go back and click on our products, we have under link, we have products. So let's go to products. And if we click on this section and go to advanced, under CSS ID, we have products again. Obviously, if I delete this and I set this section, for instance, to be the one with the CSS ID of products, whenever we are going to click on products, we will be sent here instead of this section here. All right. Now let's say I want to create a brand new section. Let's scroll a bit down. Let's go here under Media Kit, and I'm just going to create an empty container. Add the heading element, make it centered, and let's go back with the container and set the min height. I don't know, maybe like 385. Now I want to center this content, and if I go to advanced, I want to go to the CSS ID and call this new section, for instance. Even though this is a container, I prefer to call them sections. I'm going to right click and copy this. I don't have to remember all these names. So under this jump link element, I can add a new item and call it, I don't know, new element, for instance. The name is really not important. You can name it whatever you want. What's important is that under the section ID, I enter the exact CSS ID I used for that section or container. Before the actual name, we have to use this special character. Okay. So obviously now when I click on this new element, we are beamed down to the actual section or up, depending on our location, current location. So for instance, if I'm here, obviously you will be scrolled up. So let's update the page and view this exactly in real time. Right, click on new element, and just like that, we are sent down here. Now you may not see the sticky section here because you can see we have this top bar for WordPress. So it might be a good idea to maybe open this in a new incognito tab. So let's go to About Us. I'm using Chrome Incognito. Now you can see that the actual section appears correctly. So this is what like a default user, a visitor on your site will actually see. Okay, so that pretty much sums how you use Elementor to play around with the content. There are tons and infinite possibilities you can use Elementor for, and the Creativo Elements plugin, as well as our team, to create super impressive websites. It's really up to you to decide which layouts work for you, what section you want to keep and what section you want to delete. As always, it's been a pleasure to present this tutorial for you, and I'm looking forward to see you for our next tutorial. See you next time. Bye-bye.